Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. All heads of government ministries, departments and agencies, as well as other organizations and/or private entities are invited to attend and participate in a disaster management stakeholders meeting on Thursday, March 3rd. The exercise forms part of a comprehensive disaster management audit of the disaster management offices of St. Kitts and Nevis. The Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency CDEMA coordinating unit, the regional body responsible for the harmonization of work associated with disaster management, has scheduled the audit.
Our headlines are "We're in it together." And this symbolizes our audit tool session that we will have with different stakeholders. As you see, various dignitaries, even down to the school children, are involved in disaster management planning. Not only the agencies, we're in it together, but the whole federation, we are in it together.
The consultant for the audit, Denise Murray, will be in country from February 27th to March 17th to facilitate the stakeholder orientation and conduct focused meetings with stakeholders within the disaster management structure.
We hope to see the challenges that are before the agencies in terms of recovery, mitigation, preparedness, and response. The agencies need to know for themselves what position they're in today. Of course, we have all watched St. Vincent's, what happened there with the volcano. We've watched COVID-19, all right, in terms of what the whole world has experienced. So now we are here to prepare in the preparedness phase, right? We want to know that Nevisians are prepared and our agencies are strengthened in the event of a disaster.
Brian Dyer, director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, says the comprehensive disaster management framework has been employed to rationalize all phases of the disaster management cycle, taking into account all peoples and sectors.
We have invited all the agencies and stakeholders in the disaster management framework. This includes the heads of departments, the heads of ministries, the NGOs, that includes the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, our volunteer groups, our faith-based organizations, and our volunteers. Because we want to have a hard look at our disaster management procedures. We have several gaps, or we have identified several gaps, and there are other shortcomings based on the requirements from the World Bank and its partners. So we want to bring all the minds together, and we have a series of questions to see where we are in the CDEMA ranking. So that's the main purpose of the audit, and from the audit also we want to develop our work program for the next 5 to 10 years.
The Disaster Management Stakeholders Orientation meeting will take place from 9 a.m. to noon on Thursday, March 3rd at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, NEPAC. The Ministry of Health in the Nevis Island Administration has so far spent more than $2 million on the prevention and control of the spread of COVID-19. Premier and Senior Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley, gave an update at his Thursday, February 24th press conference.
In 2020, we would have spent $945,838.44. And in 2021, we would have spent some $1,298,538.77. And that included salaries and accommodation for the Cubans who were here for 18 months. We purchased medical supplies and equipment. We paid for testing, obviously, and testing supplies. And we did some retrofitting work at Prospect, where we have developed, as you know, an isolation wing. Developed it, but hoping that we never need it.
Meantime, polymerase chain reaction PCR testing can now be done at Nevis's Alexandra Hospital.
That I can now proudly say that we have begun PCR testing at the Alexandra Hospital. I would have come in the past and advised that we were working on it. I am now pleased to say that all the testing has been complete. PAHO has given us the green light. And in fact, I traveled on a personal trip on Friday last, and I was very happy that my PCR test was done at the Alexandra Hospital right here on the island of Nevis. I'm advised that they are adopting a go-slow approach, and so they will start formally to accept clients on Wednesday, the 2nd of March. That is really just to allow the individuals there to settle in, and the hours of testing will be announced. Please look out for that. But I'm proud to say that the PCR testing equipment is now set up, is now running, is now certified, and Nevis is now in the business of doing the necessary testing.
The Ministry of Human Resources in the Nevis Island Administration hosted an orientation seminar at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall on Friday, February 25, 2022. Premier of Nevis and Minister of Human Resources, the Honorable Mark Brantley, was present at the opening ceremony of the seminar. He noted that he is always pleased for the hosting of the event.
They have reduced into writing, which I think will be shared with many of you, or I believe with all of you, the various snippets of the rules, the regulations, the benefits, the requirements that apply to you as public servants. And I urge you to acquaint yourself with it. Read the information. Get accustomed to the information. You know why? Because the information tells you what your rights are, what you're entitled to, what your benefits are, and it clearly also tells you what is expected of you.
Premier Brantley spoke briefly to the employees in the civil service and outlined a few of what is expected of them.
You work for the people of Nevis. Because if they don't pay their taxes and the government doesn't collect the money, we can't pay your salary. So ultimately, when you say you work for the government, I want you to understand that you work for the people. And when you work for the people, you therefore have a responsibility to ensure that the service you give to the people is a service of an acceptable standard. And so I'm urging you to be on time, to be professional, to dress appropriately, to conduct yourself appropriately, and to treat the public with the level of respect that you would treat your employer, because ultimately when you work for government, you work for the public.
The seminar covered topics such as the rules and regulations of the public service, presented by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Human Resource, Edson Elliott, National Insurance Medical Scheme by Hazel Manners David, Professional Etiquette and Ethics by Tricia Daniel, and Social Security and the Employed by Karen Claxton. A number of newly hired employees to the civil service were present at the day's seminar. In observance of World Obesity Day, annually held on March 4th, the Nevis Health Promotion Unit will be hosting an activity dubbed a Fun Run in the Sun. This is the second time the activity will be hosted. Senior health educator Chevin Nisbet spoke of the purpose of the activity.
This relay is geared towards encouraging the general public to exercise and get active, and this is one of the ways that we can control and prevent obesity, which is one of the risk factors for NCDs, which is a big problem in health here on the island.
The first leg of the relay begins at Best Buy Supermarket to the Charlestown Police Station. The second leg is from the police station to the Theodore L. Hobson Court Building. Third leg begins at the Court Building to the Iron Shed on Samuel Hunkins Drive. The fourth leg begins at the Iron Shed on the Samuel Hunkins Drive, then turn right by the Octagon Restaurant and Bar, and at the top of that road will be the final relay station, where that runner will end at the late Sir Simeon Daniel Bust. Nisbet outlined the 8 teams who will be participating and also expressed thanks to the sponsors of the event.
Post Office, NEVLEC, the Charlestown Secondary and Gingerland Secondary School combined team of teachers or staff. We also have the Inland Revenue Department, the Alexandra Hospital, Ministry of Agriculture, the Four Seasons Resort Nevis, and the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force Nevis Division. So these are 8 teams. They're all excited, and we are all excited to see who's going to be the winner, because we have a few athletes, we have a few non-athletes, and then we have persons who just want to participate for a good cause. We would like to also say a very special thank you to our sponsors. Our major sponsor for this event would be the ICDF, Taiwan ICDF. We also have sponsors such as the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs on Nevis, Bulls Gym, Catch It Restaurant and Grill, Five Trees Bar and Lounge, Kaiso Bar and Lounge, Runway Grill, the Oasis Snacket Bar and Lounge, Tropical Boost Smoothies, God's Creation, and LBW Bakery Deli and Bar.
Senior health educator Chevin Nisbet is encouraging persons to support the activity on Thursday, March 3rd, 2022.
And we would like to take this opportunity to encourage the public to come on out on the 3rd of March, which is a Thursday at 2 p.m. and you can come and cheer on or encourage persons who you would like to see win, or even persons in your department. And you could go anywhere along the stretch of Charlestown where they really will be taking place. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be quick.
The theme for World Obesity Day is Everybody Needs to Act. NAVLEC wishes to advise customers from Mat Bottom to Potworks, Butlers, Madness and Brickhill that there will be an outage on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This outage is to facilitate line maintenance in the area. Please note that the electricity supply may be interrupted later and restored earlier than the scheduled times. NAVLEC wishes to apologize for any inconvenience caused due to this interruption. Please call 662-5811 or 469-9100 for more information on this outage. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanstern Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.
Have you signed up for the Nevis Water Department's new ePay platform? It's an easy, safe, and secure process. Here's how to sign up. Have your water bill handy and log on to epay.neviswaterdepartment.com using your mobile phone, tablet, or desktop, and the rest of the process is easy to follow. It can also be accessed by going to our website at www.neviswaterdepartment.com and clicking on Pay Your Bill. Once you have completed the process and your account is activated, the app allows you to make payments directly to Nevis Water Department, get access to your account balance, have access to your payment history, and interact with our customer service department through the help desk feature. Yes, it's that simple. So don't wait. Sign up all of your accounts today. And remember, we at the Nevis Water Department are here to bring you, our valued customers, exceptional service.